Breaking news from the top of the hour, that officer-involved critical incident in South Jordan. We're getting an update now. Let's listen in.
To the south of here to look for a suspect in an active case that had some existing warrants. It was a knock and talk at the residence to see if he was there. When they made entry into the home, they end up encountering him in the basement. He fires several rounds at our officers. One of the officers is struck in a lower leg. He was taken to the hospital in stable condition. We returned fire, striking our suspect as well. He was also taken to a local hospital, and last report is he is also in stable condition. So we have protocol team number 2 out here on scene that's dealing with not only the assault on the officers, but the officer-involved critical incident. They're working through that. Obviously, that's going to be some time before they get to the end of the road on that, but that's currently where we're at.
So you're saying that there was they came, knocked on the door, and this guy just fired at them?
No, so they came to the residence because he was known to live there, looking for him in another case. So they make contact with some people that live at the residence. They allow the officers in to go look for him. We encounter him, I believe, in the basement, and he comes out of a bedroom firing at our officers is the information we currently have.
Any sense of how many shots were fired?
I don't know that at this point.
And he's critical? Or?
My understanding is both are stable. Our officer and the other person involved are both stable condition.
So he fires the first shot, and then where was the suspect shot?
I don't have that information either. I know that he fires at us first is the information I have. Our officers return fire. He was struck multiple times, but information is he's out of surgery and in stable condition.
And just so we understand correctly, officer hit once?
As far as I know, officer was struck once in a lower extremity, yep.
How many officers were in the home at the time?
I believe we had 3 or 4 officers in the home when this all went down.
What was the suspect wanted for?
So we were following up on, I believe, a recovered stolen vehicle case, and then our suspect also had some outstanding warrants for some other crimes unrelated to our stolen vehicle. So we were looking for him to follow up on our stolen vehicle case, but then as well, if we did contact him, to take him into custody for his other warrants.
Was there a sense of the danger when officers went inside the home? We know that domestic violence cases can start out as just an everyday call and end up just in the worst possible violence. But when this happens, was there a sense that this could be a confrontation?
Well, obviously we're dealing with somebody that has a known criminal history. We're looking for him. We try and take precautions anytime we're obviously going into somebody's home. You never think that maybe this is going to happen. We try to prepare for it and be safe, which is why multiple officers are here. But as far as tonight's events unfolding, I mean, do we anticipate that? No, but are we prepared for it? Hopefully.
Can you walk us through right now, what's the scene look like? Are neighbors allowed to, be in the neighborhood? Where are we at with that?
So the scene is in a cul-de-sac to the south of us. The cul-de-sac is shut off completely. The crime scene does go out into the middle of the cul-de-sac. So if people live there and they're not home, they're not going to be allowed back in for a little while. I don't know if we've had anybody showing up, but neighbors have been asked to stay in their home, and if they are gone, they're not going to be able to get back for a little while.
Do you know how many officers fired shots?
I don't know how many officers fired shots at this point.
Were there other people inside the house?
There was additional people upstairs, yep. But nobody else was injured.
Any information about the officer who was struck or the suspect, names or time on the force?
So we're not releasing that at this point. The officer obviously is luckily in stable condition. We're gonna, allow him to deal with his family and get through that before we release any information.
When we first were talking to you, you said you've had better days. To have something like this happen to one of your own, can you kind of walk me through some of the thoughts that are going through officers right now, other people that work with him that just have this brotherhood?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're not a large department. We have 70 officers, 85 employees total. Obviously, it's hard for all of us when you get that call. Thankfully, it's not worse. But yeah, nobody wants to get the call we all got tonight.
All right, that is the latest on that breaking news situation out of South Jordan. Bottom line here, an officer and a suspect both shot, but both in stable condition. We'll continue to follow the very latest online, abc4.com, and throughout the weekend.